about the Roman Civil War, that instead of fighting each other, they should go and conquer a bunch of other countries, especially this weird little country on the other side of the Mediterranean that doesn't even has a god with no name. And it's intriguing because it's describing Israel without naming it, and it's actually encouraging the Romans to go and attack Israel and take away its sovereignty. So it's intrigued me for years, and then I found out that Pharsalia is the name of the plantation in Nelson County, Virginia, where some of my ancestors were enslaved, and where some of other people, Dan's connections are here. Dan Smith, the last known survivor of an enslaved person, lived in our neighborhood for a while. So anyway, so Pharsalia is the name because of that connection with Civil War, and it was taking place in 1852, Virginia. 3 of my ancestors are in Virginia, and so I created a play commissioned by Theater J, essentially bringing their stories together into one. And now I want to introduce you to my great-great-grandfather, Washeka. Washeka the first was enslaved by Thomas Nelson Jr., one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And Thomas Nelson had asthma and they was afraid he couldn't get to Philadelphia in time to agree to signing the Declaration of Independence. And this is oral tradition in my family. I have no proof, but this is oral tradition that my great, here he is right here, went out in the backyard and found some weeds and stuck them in a pot and heated them up and gave it to Thomas Nelson Jr. and got him well enough to get to Philadelphia in time for July 4th, 1776. That part is true. You can look it up and see all that sort of thing. And while Thomas Nelson Jr. was inside agreeing to the Declaration of Independence, my great-great-grandfather was running away to Massachusetts. There, so he married a Wampanoag woman, and that's how I become Wampanoag. He married her, and we have 3 scenes, 3 short scenes we're going to share with you. In the first one, he's Washeka the first. In the second and third ones, he's playing his own son, who is Wampanoag. The first one is not actually Wampanoag; it's African and white, I guess. So that's, and he has a name, Tyrone Colbert, in the 21st century, and that's him. And my great-great-grandmother is sitting over here, and you're going to come up. Hello there, great. and you, what are you doing? Come on, come up here with us, dear heart. And this is Marianne Lumpkin, and she's passing for white. She's an enslaved black woman passing for white, enslaved in Richmond, Virginia, and survives her enslaver and takes his slave driving money and founds Virginia Union University. And that's a claim to fame. That doesn't come out in the play that I'm partly sharing with you, but I'd just like you to know that. So, what's happening? 1852, there's a big banquet happening at Pharsalia Plantation in Virginia, and Sarah Bat Asher, the Jewish African-American woman, has been hired as the caterer, and she has some helpers, Washeka II and Marianne, Marianne Lumpkin help at the set up the banquet. And Marianne will not be a part of the first, that's why you were sitting there, now I understand, I'm probably figuring out things. But she'll join us for the second and third scenes, okay? Now, I want to say one,
Can I jump
Oh, please.
If anyone's finding it difficult to hear, we'll try and lift up the volume a little bit, but also we have some assisted devices if people want to use those, so I'll come around. Okay.
Should I project even more?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, okay. Okay, I'm sorry you're not hearing me well. Okay, I did want to say that in this first scene, I use essentially a Greek chorus. So there's several people responding to Washeka as he's running away to Massachusetts. One of those members of that chorus is Carolivia. It's basically me. And since you only have me, you don't have several characters. What I'm trying to do is when I'm speaking in the Carolivia voice, I will try to remember to do my hand like this, so you'll have an understanding that that's me sort of stepping out of the chorus to make a Carolivia statement. But the others are other people as a part of the chorus. Okay, does that make sense? Is anything that you find that I... Okay, so...
I say get out. I gotta get out. I can't catch me. Can't get up. Gotta get. Don't you let me get stopping now. I gotta get. Lord, get. Lord, please help me get. Before they see me hanging on the tree. I gotta make a get. I don't want to be hanging on a tree. I gotta get.
Fool, it's no good. You've been lying to us ever since we called it Egypt and left it.
I ain't no fool. Who you calling fool? Those white folks ain't good enough to be Egypt. Egypt is for good black folks.
Leave it. Don't you understand? You're supposed to leave it. Call it Egypt and leave it, fool. What are you doing anyway? Everywhere I look, you're somebody else. Every time I look, where are you?
Don't you know me? Don't you know what I did? I'm the one who got out. I'm the one who cured Boy Tom and got him up here. Got him to that Philadelphia. I did it, me.
But who are you? All this time I was thinking it was a woman running away. I thought it was a woman. That's what they told me. I've been trying to get this story. Where have you been, my man? Why can't I find you right? I've been trying to get this story right.
Let me talk. Listen. You're cutting me off. You won't let me talk. I got him well, so he took me with him. That boy, Tom Nelson. I got him well with herbs of the field. Found the weeds, yep, just like back home in Africa. And now I gotta go. I gotta get. I'm not staying. I gotta get.
So run then, Washeka. Don't wait. I'll figure it out. I'm going to know who you are. Run, my father. Run, Washeka. I come after. Run. I'm one of your children.
I don't have no children. I don't have nobody, nothing. I got to get out here.
They're going to hang somebody. Someone is going to die.
Shut up. There's water, there's people, there's free.
They are going to hang somebody. Someone has to die. But go on then, my father. Go on and see what happens. I've got to see what happens.
Let me in. You gotta let me in. I come from Philadelphia. I got away. Hurry up. Y'all let me in.
Who are you? Where did you really come from? This is not the place.
Ain't y'all the right folks? Hurry up and let me in. I'm from Yorktown, down in Virginia. That's where Master Boy Tom got me. The colored people down there by the water. They with the water folk come from Africa. Told me y'all would let me in. Don't let the white folks catch me. I left Boy Tom in Philadelphia. Boy Tom's the fool. I ain't no fool. Down and by the water, the colored folks told me, get massa well, get some weeds and herbs and such, get them well with them African juju. That's what they told me. Don't you believe me? They say get him well and go to Philadelphia. He'd be glad if you get him well, then he'll take you with him. You get him to Philadelphia, then you break loose. I ain't no fool. Y'all help me break loose.
So you're the one. You're the one who first came to Massachusetts. It wasn't a woman on the Underground Railroad from Virginia. It was you from Philly, and before that, from Yorktown, Virginia. I know them white crackers in Philly. I hope you weren't depending on them for nothing.
The watercolors, they told me, down by Yorktown, they said, something big going down in Philadelphia. Your master just want to be there. It's the truth. He even told me I got to be in Philly by July.
Did you find juju? Did you find out how the herb weed is like juju in Africa?
Yep. Found me some herb weave over by the Mud Creek. Stewed it up.
Well, you ain't no fool. Did you bring that juju from Africa with you? How did you hide it on the slave ship? Virginia ain't got no juju like Africa.
The weeds were right there beyond them quarters. I stewed them up because the water folk told me. He just took it with you. He'd take you with him if you get him well. Philadelphia. They kept talking about somebody's Philadelphia. 1776, they say. Philadelphia, they say.
Why did they tell me wrong? You were the one running north. You.
If you get him well enough to go, that's what they told me, you go too. He'll take you, they said, if you get him well. He'll take you to Philadelphia. But Washaka man, they say, the water folks told me, don't you stop at nobody's Philadelphia, they said. Wait, watch, and then Washaka man take off and run north.
Why should you believe in them water magic folk? If they had so much magic, how come y'all slaves? Why didn't they use their magic to free folks? I can't tell what to believe about none of them. So you started it? You, Washaka? You were our beginning in this land?
This is the place. I'm here. I'm here in Bridgewater, Massachusetts now. I come from Philadelphia. I come from Virginia. I come from Africa. Let me come in. I left boy Tom Nelson there. I got him well, got him to Philadelphia in time. I ran away. Let me in. They told me y'all were savages, y'all Indians. That's what they said in Philadelphia, savages. That's why I come running up here. But they the savages, the way they beating us down into the ground. If they say you are the savages, I want to be left with y'all. I want to be with the savages.
It didn't start with savages, but it went there. It started with dissolving political bonds in the course of human events. It started with, I don't like what I'm a part of. It started with, I don't want to be connected with tyranny. But it went on to talk about savages. That's Philadelphia for you, talking all around the point. Don't know how to talk straight on. And after that, it was mostly he. All the things he did. He, meaning the King of England. Tear it down, tear it down. I'm tired of looking at it this way. They never did care one bit about us black folks. I'm tired of listening to it. But it was more than that. It was a lot more. It was slaves and savages in the course of human events. That's what it was. And don't try to make it no different. Did you see what they wrote in their Philadelphia? They said it was the king's fault. Sure, the king made them do it. They said the king made those Indians come in there angry and fighting. Merciless Indian savages.
Yeah, they call them Indian savages, You should have seen the scars on Jesse's back. Indians didn't do that.
You're mixing everything up. They were different people. Merciless who? The Indians? Ain't no Indian dragged my folks across the Atlantic. Merciless. Like where I grew up in Virginia. But what about the good part? There was a good part. Stole my people. Dragged my people across the Atlantic. Stole the land too. Read it for yourself. Here it is. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us. He has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontier. The merciless Indian savages. And you know what they say Indians do? They say they killed everybody, men, women, all ages. That's their known rule of warfare, they said.
That's a lie. Y'all the fools, y'all the ones who won't listen. What about me? Why ain't y'all thinking about me? Why do I care about some skin they signed in Philadelphia? Y'all ain't paying a bit of attention to me, but you got one thing right. It ain't the savages hurting me. It ain't the savages don't make no difference who they beat up, women, children.
I wasn't expecting you. How is it I wasn't expecting you? They said someone else was coming. And why can't we talk about the good part? Inalienable rights. Wasn't that good? Can't be taken away. So when's the last time you saw a poor black slave get free by hitting a white man upside the head with inalienable rights? Merciless Indian savages, inhabitants of our frontiers, like the Indians were stealing the land from the white folks.
I don't care who you are expecting. I don't care what you thought.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. What do you think you're up to? Just coming here. What do you think you can do? What do you want to do? They told me there was a woman who ran away here, and here you are. You're not a woman. You're a man.
Yeah, that's what I am, a man. And who are you? Why are you coming here messing with me like this? Why are you trying to stop me? Where did you come from?
Why don't you listen to me? They did that. They wrote it. They wrote all men are created equal. So what about the ones they called savages? Are savages equal? Washeka, I'm Carolivia. I'm your descendant. I'm here to keep you on track. But how can I keep you on track if you keep changing the story?
I haven't changed nothing. You the ones who are confused. You got the story right. You've been told wrong. I got the story right. I got the story. Why don't you just shut up and open the door? That's all you need to do. Open the door. I don't need to hear all this stuff you got to say. I don't care who told you what. I'm the one who's here. I'm the one who gave Boy Tom the herb weed. I had to listen to Boy Tom, and I put up with him so he would take me, and I got away.
Herb weed? You mean medicine? You mean you really healed him? You should have just heard him. Why in the world did you help him get to Philadelphia?
I didn't heal him for keeps. Yeah, child, I used cinnamon, sunshine, jasmine, jade, juju, and herb weed. Sure, I used jacked up jasmine with twigs.
What you say? But man, that ain't nothing in twigs.
Got me Washeka twigs. You ain't never seen my twigs. Got me African herb weed. Stop Boy Tom coughing for a little while.
You tearing it up. You should have killed him.
What? What you talking about, child? You think I'm ready to kill somebody? I'm not ready to kill nobody. I just want to get loose. I just want to get, Lord, please let me get. Maybe it'll work. Maybe if I don't hurt nobody, maybe I can get away. I just want to get.
Okay. Thank you. That's the first scene. I'm sorry, I need to stay by the mic. I'm used to coming out from and talking afterwards, so I apologize. I'll stay back here. I'd love to have some thoughts about that. We're talking about, of course, obviously, two kinds of freedom. The one inside the Independence Hall and the one that isn't, the one that's running away north to Massachusetts. And the end of the scene, Washeka 1 arrives in Massachusetts and starts a family. He has a wife and has a family there. We'd like to have some thoughts, questions. Ask me what I'm doing. Come on, somebody say something. Oh, thank you. The Declaration of Independence, yes, has called the Indians savages. Mm-hmm.
So, did he just happen upon the Wampanoag, or did he intend to live among them when he was fleeing?
There's a mixture of oral tradition. Did everybody hear the question? Did he happen? What made him choose the Wampanoags? That's the basic question. And I used a little bit of oral tradition, and it's a member of our synagogue helped me to figure out. Her name was Rachel, and Yes, Rachel Tickner, yes. She took me to an exhibit in the Baltimore Museum where they had a whole display by an African American artist of the water people. They supposedly were spirits that lived along the coast. And in our oral tradition, the idea was that Washeka, when he was finding the weeds to give to the man, to Nelson, got a hint from the water people, spirits, sort of what they were, and decided to go to the Wampanoag. So I just made that up. I put it together because I found some correlation in it. I actually did some research after that visit to the museum with Rachel. But even today, my favorite cup is the cup that I bought that day with the water people on it. So in my story, they're water spirit. That's one of the questions I have, of course, being a monotheist, as we are, as Jews, of course. Who are these spirits? And do I have a right to put them in my play? And I put them in there whether I have a right to or not, but it was an interesting problem for me.
There are references to Ruachot spirits in the Talmud and other works. It's just as long as you don't worship them, it's fine.
As long as you don't worship them, okay. Just find the GPS and get to Massachusetts. Okay. Any other thoughts? Yes, Charles.
Okay. When Waseka went off to Philadelphia, did he know in advance that Philadelphia was a good place for folks who were escaping slavery?
That was not a part. I tried to. What I did when I was writing the play, I wrote down everything that was a known fact in one line, in one list, and everything that's part of my oral tradition in another, and that was not in the oral tradition. That was not in it. That they knew that what he says, something's going down in Philadelphia. And he knew that, but what was going down was not understood. And I didn't take it further than that. Indeed, when this opens up on July 4th, 1776, and when I was writing it, I wasn't even thinking about the anniversary coming up next year. I mean, I was just writing it, and then I'm just, wait a minute, this is right on time. With the 250th anniversary. I was going to, I don't know how, my timing is off. Should I?
Okay, go ahead.
Any more? Okay, shall we go on to the second scene? Yes. And in this scene, we'll be joined by my great-great-grandmother, Marian Lumpkin, and I welcome. And as I said before, Marian Lumpkin lived at Devil's Half Acre in Richmond, Virginia, still there, and you could go and see some of the remnants of some of the horrors. The slave owner is considered his most notorious slave breaker. His job was to break the spirit of slaves, whose spirits could not be broken. And if somebody had a hard time breaking the spirit of a slave, they would send them to him, and he would break their spirit, and then they would pay him. And he did that once for somebody in what is now West Virginia. There was no West Virginia then, but what is now West Virginia. And the man was so grateful that he came down and gave him a little slave girl with white skin, and that at 8 years old, and that became my great-great-grandmother, Marian Lumpkin.
Okay. Well, what you be counting, Mama Sarah? You free. What you be counting in that Jewish talk?
Well, I try to make y'all calm down. Echad miyodea. You gotta count. You gotta count to calm down. Echad miyodea. Who knows one? Echad miyodea. My folks on the Geechee Island been singing that many a long year. Echad miyodea. Who knows one?
One what? Who knows one?
And you know another one. I bet one can name them. I bet I can name them.
I want to know what she's talking about.
Yeah, Washeka, because you don't know another one. There's only one God. One is our God in the heaven and the earth.
Well, of course, here comes the God talk now. Is this supposed to calm somebody down?
It gets longer and longer with each number. You take deep breaths and hang on. So maybe you're thinking about God when you're singing it, and maybe you're not thinking about God. The thing is, you got to sing it, you got to count, you got to sing it when you feel trouble. And after you use it to calm down, then you calm down. After one, echad, comes two, shnayim, but stretch it out.
So what's two then?
Two are the tablets of the covenant.
They're about to cut off your head, and you calming down with somebody's covenant?
She's talking about the 10 Commandments.
Plus, they don't cut off your head, they dangle you from a tree.
The 10 Commandments on 2 slabs of stone.
And you stretch it out. It gives you time to calm down so they won't kill you. Two are the tablets of the covenant. One is our God in heaven and earth.
It won't work. I'm telling you it won't work.
Work? What are you talking about? Work? It's just a song. Are you expecting them to kill you tomorrow?
I'm always expecting them to kill me. There's no time to calm down. There's no time to count to 10. There's no time to rush.
No time to hush. There's always time to hush. Listen, who knows 3?
Is that going to be some more of that Father, Son, Holy Ghost stuff? My mother, Jo, was fine being a Wampanoag Indian in Bridgewater. She told me that when she was a child, the Brits charged them money if the family didn't go to church and say Father, Son, and Holy Ghost stuff.
No, brother man, you got it wrong. You're talking about Christians. I'm talking about Jews. You know I'm Jewish. I've told you plenty enough times I'm Jewish. And for us, 3 is for the fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
So what about the mothers?
Well, that's the next one. That's 4.
4?
Yes, 4. 4 are the mothers. 3 are the fathers. 2 are the tablets of the covenant. 1 is our God in heaven and earth.
How do you come up with 4?
There are 4, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
But I read it. That's in the Bible. That's one of the books he made me read. He said, you got to pretend you're a lady and read the Bible. So I read it like he told me. But how do you come up with 4? I read that Jacob had 6 sons and a daughter with Leah, 2 sons with Leah's maid Zilpah, 2 sons with Rachel, and 2 sons with Rachel's maid Bilhah. That's 4 mothers right there. And when you add Abraham's Sarah and Isaac's Rebecca, you got 6, not 4.
But Zilpah is counted in with Leah, and Bilhah is counted in with Rachel. They're not treated separately.
Do you mean the babies of the servants don't count?
They do count. There are 4 sons of servants. Each son becomes the head of a tribe.
Then you mean the servant mothers don't count. Just like I don't count. I'm just a basket, a bowl for serving up babies. Like those wide baskets you Geechee folk make down by the coast. One basket is as good as another, as long as I keep filling them up, as long as I'm assigned to somebody who counts up and keeps the value of my babies.
Y'all the ones need to hush now. How come y'all ain't counting and keeping calm?
Well, we've done it this way for a long time. 4 are the mothers, 3 are the fathers, 2 are the tablets of the covenant, 1 is our God in heaven and earth.
The mothers are not 4, they are 6.
Counting ain't gonna calm down nothing until you make the 6 the mothers. Otherwise, it's just gonna make slave mothers madder and madder.
Tell me, Sarah, what do you have for 6 in that song?
6 are the orders of the Mishnah.
What's a Mishnah?
And is it as important as the slave mothers left out?
Y'all ain't to make 6 for the mothers.
You must have 4 of something else and use that for 4. Maybe you have 4 rivers or 4 corners or something?
And what about 5? We skipped right over 5.
5 are the books of the Torah.
Those are the books of Moses, sure.
Moses had plenty to say for himself.
Let my people go.
Let my children go.
Let me go.
That's the second scene. Okay. And I would love to have your reflections on that. And I try, whenever we do the mothers, I try to remember to add the other two in, but I never quite fast enough before you get to the next line in my mind. But this is something that I've thought about. We've done lots of going back and revising. We've added a whole extra page. Like I noticed when the rabbi says turn to page whatever, 48A or 48B or whatever it is, if you could turn to B, you get the mothers, but you only get the 4 mothers. What you think?
Pick up? Oh, okay. I loved the mothers especially. For a number of years, there was a group that met to have services. It was just a minion met once a month, and we started out with, the normal, the putting in the mothers in the Amida, the prayer the central prayer of each service, and then we switched to having 4 of them, and we had discussions about how we were changing the prayers in any event to be egalitarian in both Hebrew and English, and to use both male and masculine and feminine grammar, which gets terribly complicated in Hebrew, those of you who know some of it. And anyway, but we did use the mothers, and we figured out the right way, what would be a good order, and it was not the order that you might think of, but it had to do with finding, meaning in an order, and that's all I want to say about that. But I really like.
But you keep saying, you don't tell me whether you use the 4 mothers or the 6.
I'm sorry, we used the 6 mothers.
You didn't say that. Okay, you have to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right,
Yeah,
you flunked
right.
my cat. You flunked.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, that was a math problem.
No, I understand. No, that makes sense if you did the 6, and this is what seems like a trivial little change, and of course the mothers, the servant mothers, make it complicated because of the connection between Reuben and one of the mother and the mother, and it's not allowed, borders on or is in some form of incest, to sleep with his father's partner, that kind of thing. Anyway, any other thoughts on that? Things that we change, and things that we change formally, and things that we should we have a page C? They have all 6. They have all 6 of the mothers. Anyway. I hope we get a chance to see the whole play one day, because this scene, which may seem kind of painful, is actually hilarious. It's a funny scene between them, because they all love each other. The 3 love each other and care about each other, and they're like teasing Sally. I guess I'm Sally. And Sally is a nickname for Sarah in this case. All right. Okay, is that it? Shall we go on? Okay, to the final scene. And I start this one, okay. My, to have traveled so long for this, and all of the stories with so many mistakes. No one gets to own anybody. No one gets to keep anybody, but it keeps happening.
Seem like all the stories are about somebody owning somebody. We have to figure out how to stop that.
Do you fight for your own people? Do you fight the other people?
Here comes Sally, 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 here comes Sally all night long. Walking down the alley, 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 walking down the alley all night long.
It's just like you keep changing my name to Sally. And what in the world is she doing all night long, anyhow?
Didn't you say your folks were always fishing from the old times to now?
Yes, we were fishing. We were fishing when the Babylonians came. We were fishing when the Romans came. They took our menorah from our temple and paraded it into Rome.
What's that? What's a menorah?
It's like that candelabra there, only it was our holy symbol.
Did anybody survive?
We're here today, ain't we?
But from all these stories, it seems like there was never a free time for women.
And this sure ain't no free time for a black man.
Oh, Asheka.
That one's mine.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Upset.
okay.
I have to switch my. Forgive me. Okay.
Oh, Asheka, oh, Sarah, tell me what to do before the white folks come back from looking at some waterfall. The evil one told me not to talk to y'all, but I'm talking to y'all so y'all can tell me what to do to save my black-complected boy. Don't ask me about my girls no more. I love my girls, but I told you, once I find a way to get them out, they can be safe.
But you're the one who said there was never a free time for women.
Yes, never true free, but some ways free, if I can get them out of here.
Well, I say it's better to be black than Jewish. They've been killing us Jews off for so long, so long. They don't kill us off so fast when we're black like me. We were fishing when the Inquisition came. My family, back in Spain, then Portugal, then Italy, kidnapped to Tripoli, and then to the Geechees, running from them.
You sure ain't the only one been kidnapped. Papa was stolen from Africa. He broke away from Boy Tom and ran to Bridgeport, Massachusetts. Then this, all men are created equal. Country passes a law that lets slave catchers come from Virginia to Massachusetts and steal me. Their law was bad enough, how it was written, and they don't even try to stick to that. They steal land from my Wampanoag, and they steal bodies, my body, from the black folks. All we got is trouble. How am I going to get back to Massachusetts? I don't think I'm going to make it back. These white folks hate me.
Tell me, Washeka, what can I do to save my black-complected boy? I know he's coming. I know he's the great one.
How am I going to see Letitia again? I don't even get to have a boy or a girl. I don't get nothing.
If only I could get both of y'all out of here. I don't really mind you calling me Sally Washeka. That means I can hide with the black folks, light my candles, light my menorah.
Is this caballero really like one of yours from the old temple?
Yes, and they marched into Rome carrying it. My folks told me they all ran up to the temple when the Romans came. We thought the temple would protect us. Instead, they broke down the walls and took our menorah and enslaved us. And we had to march enslaved behind while they danced and sang and flaunted our menorah.
I always thought Jews were white people.
Shows you how much you know. We were always mixed. Jews come in all human colors.
Since when?
Since as far back as you can go. You say you know about Moses.
Sure, everybody knows about Moses.
Well, don't you know Moses married a black woman?
Sure enough.
Zipporah was black, and it says so right in the Bible. And Aaron, you know Aaron, the high priest, the brother of Moses, his grandson, Pinchas, his name means the Nubian. And Nubian means black, black skin, a Jewish priest with black skin.
A black-complected boy, a priest of the Jews?
Yes, sure enough, real sure. It says so in the Torah. So while people fussing about skin color and what to do, maybe they don't have time to kill Jews.
This country say all men are created equal, but it's never happened. How can my black-complected son be equal?
Maybe some folks need to just get mad and say, let's do it like we said.
That will never happen. I'll never be free. They will always be carrying the defeated number of black men into Yorktown and Philadelphia and Washington City and Richmond.
Countries can change. In this book, Pharsalia, they had a civil war back in Rome.
That civil war was over before they took down our temple.
They ain't never going to have a civil war here in Virginia. They ain't never going to get rid of slavery. Passing a law making Massachusetts and New York and all of them agree with slavery. Make them send us back here and stole me from Bridgewater, Massachusetts.
Lord, brother man. They sure mess with you. And you too, girl. Maybe you yourself can sneak north.
How am I going to sneak north with a black-complected baby boy? I'm sure the water folks know what they're talking about. I'm so sure. I've seen them. They come to the coast. They come from Africa.
I know I'm not going to make it. I know.
How you know? They say they base this country off the Bible, off the Torah, of the words of the Jews. But then they passed this fugitive slave law, making places like Massachusetts send runaway slaves back to slavery. But it says right in our book, you may not hand over a slave to his master if he seeks refuge with you from his master. He must reside among you wherever he chooses, within any of your cities where it is good for him. You must not taunt him.
The end.
So that's the first thing. Thank you. And I'd love to have some comments on that. If I may recap what I've been trying to do. The first one, I'm thinking about freedom, obviously running away, two different kinds of freedom. In the Hall of Independence versus running away from slavery. In the second section, I'm thinking about who do you exclude? As we think about this season of return, who are you excluding? And I'm just bringing up the example of two of the mothers. And in the third section, I guess I'm focusing on cultural or historic trauma. All three of the characters have gone through trauma culturally. From the fall of the temple, and slavery, enforced impregnation, we'll call it that, and trying to save your own children, all those kinds of things. Anyway, those are the three thoughts, and I hope someone will have a thought to share with me about it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, speak right
Oh,
into
is that the speaker?
Right into that.
In here? Oh, okay, I got it. Well, if your words were paint, I'd say that you paint on your plays are on a very large canvas, and you've
Epic,
and the allusions you've drawn from different epochs are very cleverly interwoven. The diction is great, although it took a little tuning of my ear to start being able to understand it. When he says, "I want to get," he's foreshortening of the phrase, "I want to get out of here."
Yes.
It finally dawned on me what that was all about.
Yes, and I can say more about that, but I'll let you finish.
Well, I'm finished. It's a little bit like reading Huckleberry Finn with the diction that Mark Twain used.
Yes.
And it takes some getting used to.
Yes, I understand. And the git is, by the way, it's not only is get, but I spell it G-I-T, git here, but it's also a reference to the British use of git. That ugly git thought he was going to do this, that, and the other. So if you know the Harry Potter stories and all, what a git is just a negative term for a human being. So it's not only is he trying to get away, I'm referring to what he's coming out of. That the guy he left behind is a git. I don't like Thomas Nelson Jr. very much. Okay.
Well, what I heard with git also is that when you're chasing somebody away, you're chasing a stray dog off your lawn or something, you get.
Yes.
And it felt like a reversal. If only somebody would have told him to get, he would have gone.
Yes.
But nobody would let him do that.
Yes, that's an interesting point, and yes, you're right about that. You're telling, get out of here, yeah, that's good. Yeah, the opening. So any other thoughts about? You're all quiet. You're worse than my students. I want to start calling names in a minute. Okay, well, I hope you get to hear the whole thing, because of course there's a much larger context for it, and I hope you get to hear all of that one day.
Thank you. Yeah, Carolivia, before you move, do you want to introduce people by their real names?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Tyrone Colbert, and stand up, please. And he's an amazing writer. I found him on the internet Oh, sorry. I found him on the internet and became a member of my writers group. Several members of whom are here. That's those three people right there. Cheryl and Mary and Clinton, and also Jevra, who is who's passing for white. Jevra Temsky, for those who are not a part of TI.
Wonderful. Careful here. Thank you very much, Carolivia, for sharing that with us, with the community this evening. You got it? You got that there? I know it's hard to move. Amazing. Nope, you're good. You're clear. I'm watching you with this cord. There you go. You're fine. Nope. Thank you. Again, Carolivia, thank you. And for those participating, Tyrone and Jebra, thank you as well. The idea of having this, as I mentioned earlier, this reading is one to certainly enjoy and appreciate all the efforts of Carolivia, but it's also to think about the themes of tshuva, of repentance, of return. There's an idea in Judaism that we miss the mark in a lot of our actions. It's similar to an archer who misses the target, and we need to recalibrate. We need to redirect. We also like to use nowadays the vision of the GPS, where we make a wrong turn and all of a sudden it changes our direction and it gives us a better path to continue to get to the end. And wanted to use this reading in some ways to stir up some of those ideas of repentance and asking for forgiveness. And we recognize that there's so much that we as a society, that we as a country need to do to continue to redirect ourselves, to change our direction, to where as much as possible some of these rights of the past can be corrected, and that going into the future that we can do better. So I don't know if there are any thoughts that people have around this direction as well. Yeah, Stan. That was close. Let's go that way.
Thanks. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Nope.
No, can you still not hear me?
Stan, let's try this one.
Oh, it was off. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? What?
The microphone is on the corner.
On the corner. Here, where? Here? Is that it? All right. It was striking to me, Carolivia, talking about the 4 versus the 6. You know, it's incrementally, you think, well, adding the 4 mothers to just the prayer, the previous version of the prayer that had just the 3 men, was a positive step. But your point that there are 2 maidservants, presumably slave women, who are excluded really calls us to say, well, you know, we may have had progress in this one way, but now we have to go further. That was very striking. And then hearing the comment made by the character played by Jevra about how things have never been good for women. When have things been good for women, for black people, for Jews, for Latinos? You know, so many marginalized peoples have been just in terrible trouble throughout history, and we're constantly called to struggle to try to right those wrongs.
Yes. Thank you. Any other thoughts? It's okay. Well, very good. Well, thanks everybody for being a part of this evening. Sorry, Kelly, you want to mention?
It was a hard decision. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
To pick on that, because it felt like I was picking on my own people, And I realized that we had that some changes had to be made just to get the 4 women there, and then here I come, pushing it over the edge. It was, and so I felt kind of bad. And you remember when we talked about it, I asked you, is this going to be okay? And he said, fine, go for it. But anyway, so I do understand. It's like, may I have some more, please?
Right. Nice.
Okay.
Anybody else? Well, great. So we had called our service, the actual service part of this, for 10 o'clock, which is a little ways from now. But I don't know if there's people that are coming intentionally to be here for that part of the service. The people who come in on Zoom at 10 o'clock, yeah. So whether in person or on Zoom, we might have people coming specifically then. So I think we'll delay at least till a couple minutes beforehand, where we'll do the process of changing over the Torah covers from our year-round covers to white for the holidays. That takes a few minutes anyway, so we could start that at maybe 10 of or 5 of 10, and then we'll actually have the service at 10 o'clock. So thank you all. Thanks again to Carolivia. Have a wonderful evening.
Mary, she was looking for tarot.
Yeah. You want your water? Oh, here's your water.
It was a show by all.